Hey there, YouTube. It's Dustin Bellinger. It has been a while since I did a educational video discussing some vintage sets, so thought I'd take some time and get one created. This time around, I'm going to be talking about a couple of premium sets that were offered in 1936. They were issued by National Chicle Gum Company. They are known by their catalog designations of the R311 and the R312 Premiums. Now, National Chicle at this time period in 1936 had been producing gum cards for 3 to 4 years, starting in 1934, I believe. Their main products that they were offering were their Diamond Stars cards, which have kind of colorful Art Deco design and rather iconic cards of that era. And also the Batter Up cards, which had a fold down design where the top portion of the card was perforated and part of it could be folded down to leave a stand-up silhouette of the player that you could display. National Chicle at that time was in the fight of their life with Goudey Gum Company. Those two were locked in battle with each other over trying to dominate the gum and trading card market, but unfortunately, with the depression and the fierce competition between the two of them, it was taking a toll on both companies. Both companies at this time were looking at possibly changing their business models a little bit, getting out of creating gum cards and looking at marketing their gum through the distribution of different premiums. Now, here with the R311s and the R312s, National Chicle was offering these as a redemption with different card products that they were selling. It's hard to pin down exactly which ones might have been offered for each. Chances are there might have been some blending between the two of them. I've got an example here of a Diamond Stars wrapper, which would have included gum and Diamond Stars cards. As you can see on the wrapper, it states that at their local retail store they could redeem 15 wrappers for one of these most famous pictures in baseball. Chances are that probably referred to the R311s, but I'm guessing at some point the R312s being offered as redemptions as well during this same time period. Talk about the R311s first. The R311s are available for both baseball, and there was also a football set that was offered. And the baseball set is available in two types of variations. There was a glossy variation, and there was also what is called a leather finish. The leather finish versions will have a duller, more washed out look to them, but really I think the easiest way to tell the difference between the glossies and the leather is by the border. The glossy finish versions of the R311s have a solid white border, and the leather finish have a two-tone border. If you look there, you'll see a white outer border followed by a darker colored inner border. So that's, in my opinion, is the easiest way to tell on the R311s whether it's a glossy or a leather finish. Now, the checklists for the glossy and the leather are different. Some of the subjects are available in both, and some are exclusive to either one or the other. Jimmy Fox is an example of one that can be found in either a leather finish or in the glossy finish. Now, with the baseball premiums, they had a number of team photos, including the Red Sox and the Cubs. There was also team photos for both teams that were in the World Series the year before, and also team photos from, I believe, either the 34 or the 35 All-Star game, one for the American League and one for the National League All-Stars. There were a lot of individual subjects that were pictured in some of the photos, including a number of Hall of Famers, including one Hall of Fame manager and Connie Mack. There are also a number of multiplayer photos that were offered as premiums, including one that features Hall of Famer Archie Vaughn and Hall of Famer Honus Wagner, that was employed as the manager of the Pirates at that time. There was also a premium that featured Joe DiMaggio during his rookie season and seated with Frank Corsetti and Tony Lazzari. Now, while the R311s were all black and white photo premiums, the R312s were the same size but featured a colorized photo. However, the colorization on these was in a pastel, so it's a rather odd colorization. As you look at some of the examples, you'll see a lot of pink and orange hues to things, and the players, the cheeks look like have blush on their cheeks, and some will look like they're wearing lipstick. In the R312s, there were once again individual player photos. There were also live action photos that included multiple players, and there were also a number of posed composites that featured multiple players. Two very significant players are featured during their rookie seasons, and these are considered to be the first baseball collectible that was offered for either player, one being Joe DiMaggio and the other being Johnny Mize. As rookie card collecting has expanded in these past few years, premiums have gone into more acceptance and desirability among collectors. Those two premiums have risen quite high in value compared to what they were several years back. And so previously the R312 was a very inexpensive set to collect and complete. Now, due to the rise in prices of the Johnny Mize and Joe DiMaggio, it has gotten considerably more expensive to acquire those now. And a couple of other photos that are offered in this set. There's also one that I really like the image of. It features Big Jim Weaver holding the two Warner brothers up on their shoulders. That was Paul and Lloyd Warner, also known as Big and Little Poison, although neither one of them looks very big when they're sitting there on Big Jim's shoulders there. Now, all of these premiums then, once again, were being offered with the redemption of the National Chicle Gum wrappers. Likely it included other products besides just the Diamond Stars, and it's certainly possible that these could be redeemed with the batter up wrappers as well. And unfortunately, though, with the Depression and the economy the way it wasn't enough to save National Chicle, as they did go bankrupt in 1937. All of their assets were purchased by their competitor, the Goudey Gum Corporation, although by that point Goudey was almost exclusively out of creating gum cards as well, and was concentrating almost exclusively on marketing through the use of premiums as well. So unfortunately, the first golden age of gum card collecting, which was taking place really between 33 and 36, ended rather abruptly by 1937, and it really didn't make a comeback until the late 40s with Bowman and Leaf, and didn't really catch fire again until 1952 with Topps' premiere 1952 release. Anyway, that's what I've got for you this time. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll be talking to you again probably about another set of premiums here from this era here again in the near future. So have a good one, guys.